Hey guys, it's BrownRed TV here, checking in again. We've got Maxx Ammo in the house, Spike Floyd. This is his real name, you know, that's what's up. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself, man? What got you into this?
Well, I've never actually always been into electronic music. I originally first started off with more of like live band instrument, more of like the metal scene, punk rock kind of thing. And I used to be in bands. But eventually after a while when I moved up to Canada, I started seeing lots of local artists, now local legends, Datsick and Excision and those originally putting on small events, and really they introduced me into dubstep. And I felt like that was more of the organic side of like the electronic music that more was catered towards me being a metalhead at the time. I already had extensive knowledge in sound and music design because of working on like video game types of stuff like that, more for like streaming online games, but like I took the courses and I knew how to use the digital audio workstation. So once I heard that more of a grittier style music, I was just like, oh, I can make this for sure.
Right on, so you started off with the live play. When did you really first start getting into the digital?
Basically, I was about 4 or 5 years ago.
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, and I already knew how to use turntables a little bit because I had a roommate that had them, and most part I made mixes for myself. I never actually really planned to become a musician and like grow into something that people pay money to come see.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do it for myself.
Yeah.
So when I was actually first discovered, it was by a guy that's already seen that I was DJing, but it was more for myself. He's like, well, come play my festival. And I actually wasn't too sure if I wanted to do that, but he's like, but you get free water. And I was like, free water at festivals like gold, so I'm like, yeah, I'll come play for free water.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, you were into, I remember you telling me a little while ago you started off in video game design for sound?
Yeah, well, I was doing a bunch of different stuff. It was mostly anything pointing towards like the more bigger video game production companies, but it was like online streaming for like newgrounds.com and all these different places like that. And like you start small. I started doing loops, which is like just like a looping type of audio and stuff like that. But I started to branch off to making more complicated stuff for self projects. But it just basically led to me learning things that I would apply now to electronic music.
Right on. Have you always been this dubsteppy, grimy kind of drum step kind of thing?
Well, that's more of like my persona as Maxx Ammo. I actually originally started off DJing trance.
Nice.
I just like dance music. Like specifically, I'll sit there and listen to funk. I'll listen to some like the most fun future house. As Spike Floyd, you'll see me DJing anything. But as Maxx Ammo, that's a persona more aimed for like a feel, a vibe at a festival that you'd be booking. So.
Yeah, that dark and dirty stuff.
Yeah,
so,
more heavier. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of festivals, what do you got coming up next? You just played a couple of them. Passing. You want to talk about those first?
I just played at Motion Ocean, which was my first time there, and I'm really happy they invited me out to come play.
Yeah.
They put me at on the Temple stage, which is their main stage, which is great. I got to meet a lot of big artists. They put me at a really good time to play too, which is like 1 in the morning, following some of much bigger guys, so I was a little intimidated, but they hung around and I got to listen to me play, and they were very excited, and they gave me good feedback. Before that was like Awakening Festival. I'm trying to remember. It was Awakening Festival, and there was a few before that too. It's just so many different shows, right?
Yeah.
The one I'm excited for next is Summer Bass, though.
Summer Bass. You want to tell us a little more about that? That's coming up. I think you said August 22nd.
22nd. Yeah.
And you're gonna be headlining there.
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people think that that's my event because I'm doing a lot of the promoting and stuff like that. I've done like the design, the graphic work for it, but that's actually my girlfriend's event and her friend Maggie's event. And they put it on and they joined forces with Aurora Laser Entertainment. And they're the ones behind the scenes, and I've just become part of like the face of it, kind of like buy your tickets and stuff like that.
Right on.
I got a good spot of playing it because my girlfriend, obviously, I'm one of her favorite DJs. So if I try to book myself for 4 or 5 in the morning, she's like, no.
Right on. So I'm wondering who's your biggest idols? Who's really making you? Who do you look towards as competition kind of deal, if that's how you look at it?
My biggest idols is I'm really big into sound design. I'm really into like just like the way you listen to like a certain band play and they have this certain sound to it, you know? Yeah. A lot of people listen to electronic music based towards like a dancey feel vibe. Yeah. I listen to it more towards the sound of their productions. So I really like Zomboy, Barely Alive. I'm into a lot of different, I'm trying to remember. There's a couple right now I'm really getting to. They just started messaging me on SoundCloud. They're gonna be so mad that I didn't remember their names in the interview. But everyone's just bringing everything so great to the table, especially locally. But those are an idea of like the bigger guys that I look up to, like Far Too Loud, and yeah.
Right on, right on. So beyond that, what do you have a certain goal of where you want to bring your music? You want to just gonna ride this wave, or do you have like a long-term goal that you want to progress your music to get into? You want to change the scene, or you just want to make the best sounds on it?
I love the scene that I'm in right now.
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy. Like, it's a gift that I feel gifted that so many people are giving me chances at this music festival to be playing like more of the better spots with a lot of the bigger artists that are bigger than me.
Yeah.
It makes me happy to be there, but in the long run, most of my focus is not really on playing the festivals, but my music production. And I'm actually just finished my 4th album right now, and I'm going to start working on my 5th album.
Yeah.
But I just want to keep plugging away until I hit that sound that I'm just super confident that that's like what I want in life, right? So
about this new album, can you give us any dirty details about that, or what?
yeah, it's more catered towards a higher BPM. It's as fast as drum and bass, but it's half time, so it'd be drum step or hybrids of a drum step.
Yeah.
Kind of different styles. It has a lot of like the 8-bit elements that I like to bring to my music,
Yeah.
but at the same time it brings in a bunch of funky stuff. It brings in some more of a dubstep feel to it. But I wanted to be more aimed at something more happier, something like really fun summertime. So it's definitely going to be a good album when it comes out. It's going to be on Basebong Records, which were the guys that originally discovered my music production. So I'm happy to give them another one.
Nice. So I noticed on SoundCloud you're doing, usually lately you've been dumping out a free track every like 100 people.
Yeah.
You got, as you get bigger and greater, you got more gifts? Are you expecting to making more goals for the fans?
Lots of gifts. In the past I've always had problems where I was worried about that I was dropping too many tracks onto people.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I have so many songs that I'm wondering what label I can throw them at, and then I've actually just recently really started just to love doing free tracks, just like little things here and there. So basically, yeah, every single 100 followers I'll just keep throwing a new free track, and I hope that's just motivation for people to go out and buy an entire Beatport album, which supports me in a big way. So I want to help them with the free track. They can help me by going and paying $1 for one of my songs that are purchased.
Yeah, right on. Do you have any labels that you would like to go under, or are you just waiting for them to find you, kind of deal?
No, there's a couple that have had their eyes on me right now. Like my last albums were released was with Basebong, and the other one was iHeart Recordings. But right now, I'm really looking into like Pyramid Recordings. They've actually looked at a couple songs and they're interested into it. Another one is Monster Cat, which is a big one.
Yeah.
As much as I like to release under Monster Cat, they wanted me to like if I were to go with something like that, I'd have to be just all really happy chiptune kind of style. Yeah. But I also really like doing the kind of dirty, gritty kind of stuff, right? Like the gritty, excuse me.
Yeah.
And so with that, I've been in chats with a couple people of Firepower. Nothing like as has come up yet in that, but that's definitely something I'd look forward to, maybe doing like a heavier album.
Yeah, do you want to follow in Dat6 footsteps or dubsteps?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what, a lot of people say like they idolize Datsik because of like where he is now. I idolize him where he was and where he is now. Watching his progression, that alone is enough to get me, to make me want to do what he does. That's basically it.
Right on, man. So Summer Bass coming up, everybody. Gonna check him out, follow the link, and can we get you to say BrownRed TV, man?
Yeah, I'm Maxx Ammo and I'm on BrownRed TV. These guys are awesome.